Hi there, I'm Debbie Hookey and I'm filming in my garage. Who would choose to film in their garage? See the bikes on the wall? But I'm doing that at this unusual time at the end of March to tell you a bit about tower gardening. I am absolutely passionate about the tower garden. I absolutely love having accessible greens and produce available year-round. And because we're at the end of March, I'm transitioning from an indoor garden to an outdoor garden. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you both of these gardens, one that is more mature and one that's in its infancy, to talk to you a bit about how very doable it is to grow year-round. Truly, I'm in my garage, it's dark, it's dreary, it's cool, and yet I've had greens coming out my ears all winter long. Here's my indoor tower, and I wanted to show you a more mature garden, but also I wanted you to take note that you will see different plants that have varying degrees of maturity. So my strategy is to always have a constant supply of salad greens, even through the winter, and herbs too, for that matter. And so as things mature and get past their lifespan, I simply pull them out, and here you will see an empty port, and I start fresh. And eventually I'll start replacing things to move outdoors, and I'm going to show you the outdoor garden in a bit. But I wanted to show you all of the components that come with the tower garden. This is what you plant, the planting medium. It's called rock wool. It's very sponge-like and porous, and you soak it in water, put your little seeds in those holes, and put the vermiculite on the top. This is called a net pot. You can see it's basically a sieve, and that's what the water flows through, and that's what goes inside the port. Here is the food, an A for acid and B for basic. It is a mineral blend. Absolutely no herbicides and pesticides. You completely control the growing environment. I love that. It comes with a timer, and the white timer box is for the grow lights. The grow lights are also available on the Tower Garden website, and the grow lights you can see are attached to a tomato cage. The tomato cage is very helpful when you actually grow tomatoes, but its dual purpose is to be a wonderful assist to attach grow lights if you do any indoor gardening. And the grow lights, these grow lights are not super expensive, and they have been going strong for 2 winter seasons now without having to replace any bulbs. And the amount of electricity it takes is less than it costs to plug in your Christmas tree, so not much at all. I wanted to show you a more mature plant so that you see what to look for and when to replace a lettuce, for example. This is called sorrel lettuce, and I wanted to show you how it is going to seed. Do you see that seed pod? And that is your clue that the plant itself is getting more mature. And what I would do is I would cut off all of the green and use one more salad with this, and then I would simply pull out the roots and start fresh. I wanted to show you the other components that come with the base Tower Garden unit. This is a pH tester. Test the pH, and you can see how fun it would be to do this project with kids because it's a bit of a science experiment. The blue box beneath the pH tester is the pump. It's a basic pool pump, and what perfect timing. The pump just came on because it's set on a timer, so you don't even have to remember when to water your plants. But that pump pumps the water all the way up through the Tower Garden column, and that it rains down directly on the roots, which is why you get such efficient and productive growth. And the final accessory that I highly recommend is that dolly, and it's a very sturdy wheel bed, essentially, that you're able to move the Tower Garden. Indoors, it's less critical because your light source is consistent, but outdoors, it becomes really important to be able to pull the tower close to the house on windy days and things like that. My outdoor tower, I'm competing with not only the wind. Albuquerque spring wind is not for the faint of heart, but also with the pump. You can hear the pump. And the timer is set for 15 minutes on and 15 minutes off. I have greens and herbs started out here. These plants are probably about 2 weeks old. Here I have some spinach, some green kale. This is the start of arugula. I'm not sure what that is, that little guy. This is bok choy. Up here I have some spring mix and some dill. Eventually, when my indoor tower is completely harvested and ready to be cleaned to bring outside, that's when I will move things around, and at the bottom I will start to grow viney things like tomatoes and cucumbers and eggplant and squash, broccoli and cauliflower, and all of those summer peppers, all of the summer produce when I have 2 towers to work with. In closing, I wanted to take a moment to tell you my favorite part of all of the Tower Garden, and that is how very affordable it is. It truly is, has been saving our family a lot of money, and that's not just because our Tower Gardens happen to be paid for, but that has to do with the fact that we are consuming everything the Tower Garden produces. So I'm no longer buying greens of any kind. I'm no longer buying those expensive herbs. Best of all, I am not letting a ton of produce go to waste in my refrigerator. And I keep saying best of all, but here's yet again best of all. My family is eating more salads and more greens because it tastes so much better because it's so fresh. The base unit costs $525, and then you add to your cart whatever accessories that you'd like, perhaps a tomato cage or a dolly, whatever it is you choose, and you're able to pay that off over 12 months, no finance charges. And so the base unit being $525, your monthly payment would be anywhere from $45 to say $65 monthly. After 12 months, your Tower Garden is paid for. It is constructed with food-grade plastic designed to outlive you. And so the only thing that you will need to replenish is the tonic, the mineral blend tonic, and the rock wool cubes, which are very incidental costs. And so I'm hoping that this video has enticed you to pull the trigger and this be the summer that you add tower gardening.